Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we will be discussing the um, shloka number 14, which is in Canto 4, chapter 10, where Dhruva Maharaj is fighting with the yakshas. So the shloka is, I'll read the shloka. Ahakarastadavasti siddhanam devi pashyatam atoham manava suryo magnaha punya janarave. Ahakarastadavasti siddhanam devi pashyatam atoham manava suryo magnaha punya janarave. Hahakarastadavasti siddhanam devi pashyatam ato aham manavah suryo magnaha punya janarve. Would anyone like to try the shloka?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Can I go
Please,
through?
please, Prabhuji. Please, Prabhuji.
Ahakarastadaiva siddhanam divi pashyatam ato ayam manava shuriyo magna punna janar nave. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I try?
Please, please, Prabhuji.
Hahakarastadaivashi siddhanam devi pashyatam atoyam manava shuryo magna punna janarnave. Hare
Krishna
Prabhuji. Can I?
Please, Mataji. Please, please, Mataji.
Hahakarastadaivashi siddhanam divi pashyatam hatoyam manava surjo magna punna janarnave. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Anyone
Krishna.
else would like to try?
I'm trying, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hahakarastadaivasit siddhanam divi pashyatam hatoyam manava shuryo magna punna janarnave. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else? Okay. We'll start with synonyms. So hahakar is tumult of disappointment. Tada, at that time. Eva, certainly. Asit, became manifest. Siddhanam, of all the resident of Siddhaloka. Daivi, in the sky. Pashyatam, who were observing the fight. Ataha, killed. I am this. Manava, grandson of Manu. Surya, sun. Magnaha, set. Punya Jana, of the Yakshas. Arnave, in the ocean. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. All the Siddhas from the higher planetary system were observing the fight from the sky. And when they saw that Dhruva Maharaj has been covered by incessant arrows of enemies, they roared tremendously. The grandson of Manu, Dhruva, is now lost. They cried that the Dhruva Maharaj was just like the sun, and now he has set within the ocean of Yakshas. Would anyone like to read the purport?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, please read.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
In this verse, the word Manava is very significant. Generally, the word is used to mean human being. Dhruva Maharaj is also described here as Manava. Not only is Dhruva Maharaj is the descendant of Manu, but all human society descends from him. According to Vedic civilization, Manu is the lawgiver. Even today, Hindus in India follow the laws given by Manu. Everyone, therefore, in human society is a Manava or descendant from Manu. But Dhruva Maharaj is a distinguished Manava because he is a great devotee. The denizens of the planet Siddhalok where the residents can fly in the sky without airplanes, were anxious over Dhruva Maharaj's welfare in the battlefield. Srila Rupa Goswami says, therefore, that not only a devotee is well protected by the Supreme Lord, but all the demigods, even ordinary men, are anxious for his security and safety. The comparison given here that Dhruva Maharaj appeared to merge in the ocean of Yakshasa is also significant. When the sun sets on the horizon, it appears that the sun drowns in the ocean, but factually, the sun has no difficulty. Similarly, although Dhruva appeared to be drowned in the ocean of Yakshasa, he had no difficulty as the sun rises again in due course at the end of night. So Dhruva Maharaj, although he might have been difficulty because after all it was a fight, and in any fighting activities there are reverses, that did not mean that he was defeated. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Om Ajnanatirmindasya Jnananjanashalakhaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamischa Shri Rupam Sangajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitan Mischa Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Hare Krishna, Prabhujis and Matajis, we are discussing today on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 10, Shloka number 14. The shloka is Hahakara Stadavasti, Siddhanam Devi Pashyatam, Atoham Manava Suryo, Magnaha Punya Janarve. So here we can see the word, it's a little bit background of the story. So what happened was, before we go into the deeper meaning of the shloka, the background is Dhruva Maharaj, brother Uttama, went to the forest and he was killed by the yakshas. So because Dhruv was a devotee of the Lord, he attained God at the age of 5. He just did the tapasya for merely just 6 months, and within 6 months he attained God. Not only God, he had a vartalab, he had a conversation with God and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And after discussing, he got enlightened. He came back and he got a Dhruv Loka. And now, at the same time, he came to know that his brother was killed by yakshas. He's taken over by anger at the same time. There's nothing ordinary here because he was a Kshatriya, just like Arjuna. He was also a Kshatriya. So the fighting spirit is always there, taking revenge, as a Kesepula, why he did this, why he did that. So it was automatically inbuilt in Dhruva Maharaj because he was Kshatriya. So he was full of anger and he wanted to take the revenge from the yakshas, why they killed his brother, Uttama. So in this conversation, we can see that from the shloka that he went to the yakshas, loka of yaksha, and Yaksha surrounded him and start bombarding him with arrows from all directions. So Prabhupada says nicely in the shlokas, he starts with the very important word is manava. He starts with the purport with the word manava. So the word manava is very significant. So Manava means the follower of the grandson of Manu dynasty. We follow the rules and regulations given by Manava, by Manu. That's why we call as Manava. Not, but nowadays science says that we are the follower of monkeys, apes. So we can call them Markataha or Bandarva, but not Manava. So, but he says that we are Manava. Once a writer asked that, to Srila Prabhupada about the same Darwin's theory that evolution of human being came from ape. Srila Prabhupada very nicely said that my ancestors are human beings, your might be apes, your must be monkeys, my one was from human being only. So they don't follow, they follow the different rules, and that's why the whole thing is getting bewildered. So Srila Prabhupada very nicely said that we are Manavas and we follow the rules and regulations given by Manu. And the second important thing is very nicely described is the protection. So we can see that when one is a devotee of Lord, who is serving the Lord, who is doing his sadhana nicely, so who is fully engaged in Krishna's service, what happens to them? Not only Krishna, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, yada yada hi dharmasya, I come and do the protection of my devotees. But not only the Krishna himself, but even demigod comes and protect their devotees. And Srimad Bhagavatam is a beautiful example. He got so many examples here. One prime example is the story of Jad Bharat. What happened to Jad Bharat? The dacoits took him. He was doing his chanting. He was in the jungle. He was doing his chanting, and they said, "Wow, what a nice person! He's nice hatta katta person. So let him take it for the sacrifice to Mother Kali." And what happened? They were trying to do the offering to Mother Kali, and Mother Kali burst out of his from the figure from the murti. And what happened? She expanded and killed all the dacoits. She got her share anyway of the sacrifice. Instead of doing dacoits doing the sacrifice, she herself did the sacrifice for all the dacoits and was playing with the heads of all those dacoits. So you can see here that the great example is Jad Bharat from Srimad Bhagavatam. The second example is not that long back. It was it happened near Radhakund. So you must have heard the story of Lord Shiva wanted to hear glories from Sanatan Goswami at the near the Radhakund. I think it's Chakleshwar Mahadev from the top of my head. So what happened there? Lord Shiva wants to hear the stories from Sanatan Goswami, and there was too many mosquitoes there. And so Sanatan Goswami said, "I cannot stay here. There are too many mosquitoes." So Lord Shiva called the king of the mosquitoes and said, "Right, if you're here, I have to kill you all. But better leave this place." So even if you go today, that Radhakund, the temple where Sanatan Goswami used to sit and do his chanting and the Harikatha, that place still have no mosquitoes at all. Science is still bewildered that as soon as you come out of that small room premises, there are mosquitoes. But as soon as you go inside that room, there's not even a single mosquito, even today. So that's how the demigods also protect the devotees of the Lord. And not only that, not only demigods, even the general public in general also love the devotees. There are many examples that how devotee used to cook for the Lord, and because they don't have any money, they used to go out, and because they are sincerely doing the service of the Lord, even devotees came out, and helped them in making prasadam. They give them free food so that the devotees can go home and cook and offer it to Krishna. So not only demigods, even the general public love them. So devotees are always helped by not only by God, demigod, but as well as a general public. And the second very prime example here, Srila Prabhupada gives in his purport is about the sun, the analogy of sun. And that can be compared with many, many things. So the first prime example from the sun going up and down, sun rise and set, is compared to as Avirbhav. So you can see that sun rises and sun set. We never say that, sun has taken birth and sun has died in the evening. We never say that. We always say that sun has rise and sun is going to set and come back again another morning. Similarly, we can see in this analogy that how it fits with Krishna. So we can see that when Krishna descends from his loka, it is called as Avirbhav. And when Krishna leaves and do this Dharadham, is all his pastime has been done, he go back to his dham as it is, and that is called as Tirobhav. And that's why when it's Avirbhav means when his avtarit hote hain, Krishna avtarit hote hain. And that's why one of the name of Krishna is Avatari as well. From him comes all the avatars. So his avtarit hote hain. Krishna avtarit. He Avirbhav, he descends from his loka on this Dharadham to do his pastimes. And then he goes back to Godhead in the same form. He doesn't have a body like us. We take birth, we die. Krishna doesn't take birth, Krishna doesn't die. He was in the past, he is, and he will be. But we take birth, we die, not Krishna. So that's why Krishna is, when Krishna descends, it's called as Avirbhav. And when Krishna leaves this loka, it's called as Tirobhav. And the second analogy that gives from sun is the age. We can see that we do not say that 11 o'clock in the afternoon is sun is 11 hours old. We never say that. When sun goes at 12, we say the sun has reached the top. Now it's 10 o'clock. We don't say that now it's 12 o'clock. The sun is 12 years old. The 12 hours old. No, we never say that. Krishna, when he was fighting at the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he was 125 years old, but he was always looking as Nav Yovan. He was always looking as a young boy, Kahot boy. So we can see from this example that we are controlled by the time, and Krishna is a controller of time. So Krishna is not affected by the time, but we are. We age, Krishna doesn't. Sun doesn't age, we age. But we tell them sun goes up and sun goes down, but actually sun is still stagnant. He is there, but we are around the sun. So we are aging, not sun. So we need to understand this very nice analogy given by Srila Prabhupada that sun is stagnant. We are the one who revolves around the sun, and we claim that the sun goes up and down. Actually, we are aging, not sun. And to know about this this analogy, the person of astronomy can easily understand the science behind the sun's going up and down, rise and set. But normal person is very difficult to understand. Similarly, to understand the science of Krishna, one has to be a devotee of the Lord. Only then person can easily understand the science of self-realization, the science of Krishna, how Krishna works. To understand Krishna straight away is not possible. You need to have a guru. That we'll discuss after some time. But this is a very nice example which Srila Prabhupada has given the analogy of sun, that how sun goes and comes back. And in this case, you can see that Dhruva Maharaj is no doubt is covered by the arrows of yakshas. He is going down, but he is protected by Krishna. Generally, we see that when we become a devotee, we should not have any problem. We generally say that we have seen that people say that that when we become a devotee, you should not have any problem because you are protected by Krishna. No, it's not that the case. You can see many examples in Srimad Bhagavatam, in Mahabharata itself. You see many examples. What happened to Arjuna in the battlefield? He was perplexed. He can't fight. It's not that he was a devotee, as the dear friend of Krishna, he didn't have any problem. Draupadi, he was sister of Krishna, he was disturbed in the whole assembly. We just think that, because we are we are devotees of the Lord, we will not have any problem. No, no, no. We will have problem. That's the process. You can see it from an example that for gold to shine, it has to go in a furnace at a very high temperature. It has to be hammered, and then the shine of gold comes in. If you see that diamond or raw diamond that's got no shine whatsoever, it has to be rubbed on a hard surface, hours and hours. It has to be polished, and then you can see the shine of diamond. So the process is that we have to sacrifice, we have to give something to become a devotee of the Lord. And that's the process. It's not that God will be, if we are devotee of Lord, humko kuch problem nahi aayegi. No, we will be troubled because that's the exam that we need to go through. Everyone has to face. The laws of karma won't stop. The laws of karma will still always be there. So if you think that bhaktas will have no problem, no, no, no. It's not like that. Bhakta will have problem. The laws of karma will work as it is, whether you're a devotee or not. It will do his own prescribed thing. And for that, we need to understand who God is, who Krishna is. Accepting of Krishna is the symptom of intelligence. It's very nicely said. Accepting of Krishna is a sign, is a symptom of intelligence. Accepting Krishna is a person who accepts Krishna as God is very intelligent. It says in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Krishna e bhaje she bade chatur. Whoever chants Krishna's name, who knows Krishna, is very intelligent, and that intelligence has to be there. We should know that who Krishna is, and then we need to serve the personality of Godhead by doing our sadhana, and that can only be done. Acceptance can only be done if someone shows us how big Krishna is. We cannot accept Krishna because we have got logical understanding. Because in today's world, we can see that we have to argue so many things to accept anything. We cannot, not anyone can give us that here is this, start accepting it. No, unless we analyze ourselves, and that analysis process is given by our gurus. Guru has to be there. Without guru, you cannot accept Krishna. That's the process we have seen in Bhagavad Gita as well, Srimad Bhagavatam. Lots and lots of examples. Without Guru, you cannot achieve Krishna's. Example is Dhruva Maharaj here as well. In chapter 9, we have heard that how Narad Muni came and instructed Dhruva Maharaj that this is what you have to do, and that how he got Krishna. Similarly, in Prahlad Maharaj's story, he heard the whole thing about from Narad Muni. He chanted his Krishna's name, and at the end, what happened? He was having firm faith in Krishna's name. Avashya Raksha with Krishna. He was having firm faith in what happened. Nrsimhadev appeared from the pillar. So Guru has to be there, and Guru is show the mercy to the devotee and introduce the devotee to the Krishna. It's just like an example. No matter how expensive light bulb you are, you cannot shine unless you are connected with the power cable to the socket. The socket is a guru, and the live wire which is flowing the electricity is Krishna. So until unless you are connected that socket with the live wire, you can't glow. So our glowing depends on guru, which is the socket, and the flowing of electricity with the main wire in the house is Krishna. His full potency is there. So we just take the guru is the one who connects us to Krishna. So without Krishna, without Guru, we cannot achieve Krishna whatsoever. So Guru in our life has to be very, very important. The Guru has to be there. Without Guru, we cannot attain Krishna. And yes, Guru can only be achieved when we are serious in Krishna consciousness. It's very, very important. When we are serious in Krishna consciousness, only then Krishna reciprocates. As we said, as we heard earlier as well, that Guru and Krishna are like a tag team. Without Guru, you cannot get Krishna, and without Krishna, you can't get Guru. So they go hand in hand. And that can only be done when we are very serious in our sadhana. Having said that, it also says that to be in a Krishna, to have Krishna consciousness, we should be conscious of Maya. Without cautious of Maya, we cannot do Krishna consciousness. Just like Shukdev Goswami, he was a devotee of the Lord, and he took 16 years to come out of mother's womb. Why? He was a devotee. And why he took 16 years? Because he was cautious of Maya. That as soon as I come out, Maya is going to attack me. So that has to be very, very infused in our mind that Krishna conscious akela nahi hai. We have to be cautious of Maya as well. Until we are taking Krishna consciousness and not cautious of Maya gonna go a very hard way. So we have to be cautious of Maya and pray to Krishna. Only then things goes hand in hand. So until unless we are chanting nicely, we are doing sadhana, cautious of Maya, we will get Guru. And in this scenario, we can see that Dhruva Maharaj was covered by arrows of yakshas. And Srila Prabhupada very nicely said that as the sun goes down, it comes back again. So here it says from the purport, the Rupa Goswami says, therefore, the devotee are well protected by the Supreme Lord, but all the demigods, even the ordinary men, are anxious of their security and safety. The comparison given here that Dhruva Maharaj appeared to merge in the ocean of yakshas is also very significant. So this is the significance of this shloka, the comparison given of sun, how a devotees, we think that if you become a devotee, you will not have any problem. That's not true. Devotees will have problem, but because of Krishna consciousness, because of cautiousness of our consciousness of Maya, we don't get that hard hurdles. It's just like you are traveling in a Volvo bus. The road in India, you must have seen all those pit holes, But because of you're traveling on a Volvo bus, you will not get the jerk. Whereas if you're trying to travel in the normal auto, you will get the bumps. So that's what it's trying to compare here. So if you're a devotee of the Lord, you will have problems, but you will have the kshamta of taking that. The pitfalls are like the what you say, the proper word is जो life में कठिनाइयां आती हैं, you can easily get over them. So I'd like to end the session here by recapitulating the fact that we are the descendants of Manava and we follow the Manu laws of Manu, not the laws of monkey, as what science says. And also that devotees of the Lords are always protected by not only by Supreme Personality of Godhead, as stated in Bhagavad Gita, but also by the demigods. Example was Jad Bharat, Sanatan Goswami, and all ends loved by other devotees of the Lord. And the prime example of this shloka was the sun example, how sun goes down and comes up again, is compared to the analogy is in the scriptures compared to Krishna's ascending and Krishna's going back to his abode, which is also known as Avirbhav and Tirobhav. The second example of the sun is compared with the age of sun, that sun doesn't age, but human being age, and that Krishna is the controller of time and we are controlled by time. And the third thing is only a student of astronomy can understand the science behind revolving of earth, the sun being stagnant. Similarly, a devotee of the Lord can only understand the Lord and his potency. And the third learning that we can get from this shloka is that if we think that we are devotee of the Lord, we will not get any problem. It's not true. Devotees will get problem because that's the process of shining. The example given is the of gold, which has to go in a furnace to get his shine. Diamond has to be rubbed to get his shine. And the whole process can be done because we need to understand that Krishna is supreme, and we can only understand this if we have a guru, and guru can only be God. Guru will only Guru and Krishna goes hand in hand. And Guru can only come if we do our sadhana properly. If we have firm faith in Guru's word, Guru's Vani, and follow his instruction, then we can get Krishna. So I'd like to end the class here. If anyone would like to add anything, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dharma Pranam.
Dharma Pranam,
Thank
Prabhuji.
you for a wonderful class. Just maybe give some clarification or addition. Here Prabhupada is saying that Manu is the law giver, and even today Hindus in India follows the law of Manu. So, but in India now, Manu Samhita is given a very bad name. They have one day in a year where they burn Manu Samhita.
Oh, Prabhuji.
So how is that happening? I mean, there are some people who are really much against Manu Samhita because they're saying is entrenching caste system and all whatnot. Maybe you have some information about that.
Prabhuji, I don't know much about our burning of Manu's thing at all, but I'll get back to you on that one. I have absolutely no idea, Prabhuji. I never heard of it. I'm sorry, Prabhu. I have no idea about that. The burning of Manu Samhita, I have no idea.
Yeah, Manu Samhita. I think it's on the Christmas day. This Dalits and the leader, what's his name, Ambedkar, he started this system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that's something. Yeah, because
I have no idea.
Prabhupada says so many times, Manu is the law book of the world.
Yep.
Manu Smriti. But these guys are really against it. I was okay, no problem. Next time we can.
I think that's what Srila Prabhupada meant, that we are the followers of Manu, not monkeys. So they got an intelligence of like a monkey, I have no idea, but I never seen any Manu Samhita is also again written by is given by Manu himself. So, and we are the followers of Manu. So I'm not sure why it's been burned. I have no idea, Prabhu, but I can get back to you on that one. Yeah.
I think Naranikan Prabhu had some clarification.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my obeisances.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, I don't know about burning of Manu Samhita, but recently there was a turmoil in South India where based on Manu Samhita, there are differences between man and woman, and man can go inside the altar and do puja, and for females there are restrictions and things like that. So there was some turmoil, and that was something on the news. One of my friends from South India, he was talking about it, and they were actually quoting from, they were actually passing bad comments about Manu Samhita. Something like that. But maybe burning happened, but I'm not too sure.
There are
Prabhu
controversies.
said,
I have heard that that men are allowed in altar and women aren't. But yeah, that's been happening for quite some time. There's always been the case. There's nothing new in that, but it's happening now. I think I never heard of it. Of what about the second part, which is burning. But yeah, if it's just an argument on about the laws, this even in the scriptures. So I'm not sure what's the why people are making a big fuss now. I think is because that's what the thing is. We think everything needs to be logically done. Now women's are, I'm not sure, but this is what my thinking is now. We are thinking out of the box as well. कुछ ज़्यादा ही हम लोग concoct कर रहे हैं. So we need to leave something which is there in the scriptures given by Vyasadeva, not to make things very complex. Otherwise, it will be. And anyway, this is going to deteriorate anyway. So yeah, but
also
as I said, descendant of monkeys, Prabhu. Descendant of monkeys, they will do naughty things, no?
Yes.
So they burn their books and all.
Nicely said, Prabhuji. That's what I said. That's what they claim. They are ancestors of apes. So can't help, Prabhuji.
There was another argument where they say that how generation by generation, like we know because of Srila Prabhupada that one is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Shudra, Vaishya by guna, by qualities, but not by birth. But there are certain communities, like they've been brahmanas of particular temple, and generation after generation, and they are actually using money for their own welfare than the welfare of the society. So this point was also dragged, and possibly people in general, they don't have
Prabhuji,
understanding, and media also plays role.
absolutely, I agree with that, Prabhu. This is see, Prabhupada has written these books around more than, as of now, we are in 2022. Prabhupada has written these books around more than 40 years back, right? And he's already clearly mentioned, if you look at Ishtopanishad, it's all in there that people will be having their own name. They will term themselves as Goswamis, though they have got no Lakshana of Goswami, they'll still come as Goswamis, and they will take over. And this is already happening. This is bound to happen. Kali Yuga has to come. So this is a part and parcel of the whole thing. It will come. So they will drag all those nonsense things. So we need to focus what Srila Prabhupada has given, and need to follow what our Guru Parampara is giving us. These things will always be there, and I always get agitated by this as well. Why is such a simple thing? But at the end of the day, we know that this thing's gonna happen. This is what Kali Yuga is for. So yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare
Dandavad
Krishna,
Pranam.
Prabhuji. Dhanavad
So
Pranam, Prabhuji.
I have some information to share with
Sure,
devotees
Prabhuji.
here. As you were telling, I have some idea what is going on in India. And because the source of all these things are the Christian missionaries, and the Muslims rule in India that was able to create confusion and dilute the essence of our Sanatan civilization.
Dharma.
And they are the root cause. And at the present moment, they are in fact they are being orchestrated from the West, and because India was colonized for a long time, there are a lot of people as their followers, and they are trying to, over what I will say, overemphasize the small degenerations that has taken place because of the foreign rule there. And that is why the Doli thing, they have got two things. They say that the first is that the Manu Samhita is discriminating between the male and female. But you see in the West, the females were even not given the rights till 50 years ago. USA, the females were not allowed to vote even 50 years ago. But in India, it was never like that. And Manu Samhita was undertaken as a law during the British rule. William Jones was a judge of the Supreme Court, which was in Calcutta at the time, and he was given the task of implementing the Hindu laws on India. And he has no idea, so he manipulated it. Whatever idea he has implemented it, and subsequently the wrong confusion came, and the Varnashrama Dharma has been misused as caste system. The caste system is a British creation. Nobody knows it yet, probably. The caste was a British creation. What India, our religion, has Varnashrama Dharma, that is the four stages of the society, depending upon their quality and the activities they perform. But as against that, the British made a very strict rule that they cannot change. And that is the basis of our caste system in India. Most of the people do not know that. It was implemented by a person called Lord Gisley. 1871, when the first census of India was done, he was a follower of this who has created this. I'm just forgetting the name of the person who says ape is our ancestors. What is the name of the person? Probably I'm just forgetting.
Is it Charles Darwin, right?
Darwin, yes. He was a follower of Darwin, and he implemented it. He was a follower of Darwin, and he implemented it in India. And now they are blaming that Indian system is like that. They have no understanding about the Indian civilization. And Prabhupada has rightly told that we have to follow our things. And if we spread our understanding to the others, this confusion will go. And that is the responsibility we have to undertake, to tell everyone what is the correct thing. And if we tell everybody that the reality is this, then this confusion will gradually go away. Thank you, Prabhuji,
Thanks
giving me
for
the time.
Thanks for enlightening us, Prabhuji. Having said that, Prabhu, there are many theories around this so-called Darwin's theory. Darwin's theory at the end, his also says at the end of the theory that it's just a theory. But because what happened is science has gone so forward in that now taking a U-turn is next to impossible. If science says no, Charles Darwin was not, it's just a theory, it's not a fact, right? What will happen? The basis on that they have made so many assumptions, the whole thing will be crashed down. So they are just making cards on top of the other cards, and if we try to put our theory in front of them, they're not going to accept it, though they know that what we are saying may be correct. They know that Hindu philosophy, or Sanatan Dharma goes more than 5,000 years back, before Christ, before even Islam. They won't accept it. It's not that easy. So yeah, I don't think it's any this topic has any relevance in this, but these people will be going on. We'll just stick to what Srila Prabhupada has said. So we'll stick with with this nice scriptures that Srila Prabhupada and Vyasadeva has given us.
Thank you, Prabhu, for clarification. And thank you, Abhay Prabhuji, for your historical background.
No worries.
Okay, so are there any more clarification, comments, reflection before we end? Doesn't seem to be. So Prabhu will end here. Like today, thank you on behalf of all the devotees on this forum for coming forward from all the way from Hamilton to join us this morning. Thank you very much. His guys, Chitra Krishna Prabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakti, and Hari Bol. Panchakarpadravesha,
Vishnu Namo Namah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.